Becoming an entrepreneur. Have you got what it takes? A new entrepreneur may seem to be running against the grain and swimming upstream as part of their desire to compete, but it's also true that they have very many benefits worth considering and making the most of. First and foremost, entrepreneurs can often start from scratch. This means that while they might have a professional reputation, it's unlikely that they have any past catastrophic failures holding them down. They also are most likely coming from employment, and so are sharp, fresh and motivated in pursuit of achievement. However, while entrepreneurs do have this golden opportunity to build something from the ground up, it's also true to say that the early decisions they make will build the platform from which these pursuits will take place. So, it's important to make sure they do everything they can to give themselves a rational, legal and competitive advantage. Part of this means not cutting your feet out from under you as you try to get started. Let's explore what those issues could be, and how we can prevent or avoid them. Brand yourself appropriately. Your personal brand is one of the most important utilities as an entrepreneur, not because you have to curate a false impression of perfection wherever you go, but because this helps you build a foundation, a reputation you can determine yourself, and a means by which to effectively compete in an industry. For instance, if you hope to run a consulting business based on your prior acumen in a certain field, it's important to make sure you showcase who you are, what your beliefs may be, and run a website dedicated to your past experience, your perspectives on business, and exactly who may benefit from your services. Then, taking companies under your wing, you may do all you can to make good on those promises. However, it's hard for businesses to understand what you do if you're not clear about it and you're not totally transparent about your process. If you can achieve this, then you'll be a much more recognizable and easily trusted entity compared to being an amorphous entrepreneur who never seems to stand in one place with confidence. Manage your finances. It's important to manage your finances well. This is why proper investment management can help you take money and apply it to your corporate and business aims. When you come into money from doing a great job, you may not have a team behind you, but with services like this, you can make sure that you're doing the right thing and are enjoying access to the best advice geared to your particular situation. We all have strengths and weaknesses as an entrepreneur, and sometimes, counting the pennies doesn't fall into our business acumen. While this is a task you will improve at over time, it can be helpful to enjoy a failsafe that is more than worth the investment. Keep your word and integrity. Keeping your integrity is essential in business, because without it, your reputation is often affected. This means making sure that you do not encourage any harmful and conflicting business interests, and that you keep to your word as appropriate. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be somewhere. If you say you're going to provide a certain amount of advice or aid to get a job done, make sure your word is your bond. We would also recommend doing your best to invest in yourself as an entrepreneur, just so you can rely on yourself when you need to. This might mean keeping up with the latest literature defining the forward ascent of your industry. It might mean developing competent business-to-business relationships, ensuring that you never let your side of the deal down. Reputations may take years to build, but can take days to undo. With your word and integrity properly used as not only persuasive tools, but affirming tools, you'll have your reputation as an entrepreneur properly managed. Play to your strengths. Entrepreneurs should know where their value lies. This might come from idea generation and managing people. That's great. Playing to your strengths is essential when striking out alone. However, it's also important to define your strengths and keep them sharp. This way, you can also know where your blind spots are, and deign to work on them as necessary. If you achieve that, then you can slowly become more confident and competent, even if your outfit requires outsourced help from time to get there. With this advice, we hope entrepreneurs can give themselves the strongest possible platform for moving forward. If you need a card payment system trusted by thousands of merchants across the globe, visit cardpaygo.com.